Not a Warband. Yes, it's one for Banlord, but the mods for it that can improve the game itself is actually quite good. For example, if I was to play a more vanilla one, this is what I normally play with, and there's reasons for this which I will go over. There is ones which similarly go over a lot of the aspects of enhancing the game, but this I found as the most practical ones. This is a Steam thing. It is 2.822 gigabytes. As you can see, quite an extensive system. Yada yada yada. This is what I'm going to be covering. As you can see, many different mods for many different eras. But let's start. While it loads in, I will go back. When it loads in, I'll get some settings sorted out. Like I say, yeah. Either way, I'll get the settings back up to normal. This is a mod in a nutshell. Let's go into the ones which I've had more time in. Let's say this one. This will show a more advanced state of battle. This is what can happen when you're more developed in your own kingdom. Here's the colours. Red here is like red. You can change everything. Let's say this. What's important is that how the economy works. Investments from investment towns, plus everything else. This all adds up. You also pay for any patrols you put out, any garrison fees, as well as your own things. Normally, if you're a large nation, this is always in the positive because you can always have investments. Let's go to menus. For example, troop trees. This is one kind of troop tree you can create. Every other standard one is there. I'll go over that in a second. What has changed here is policies. Policies can affect how many troops you have. Prosperity reports. Not doing super good in this one, but I'm going better in other ones. This is an example of this. Let's go to an example of one-on-one I'm currently playing in. This is more annoying. This is a nightmare scenario. Because, let's say, you win a war against one faction, get some territory, get some vessels down. Then, the one who is next door to them declares war on you. Do you know why this happened? And this was dumb on my end. I should not have taken this castle to start off things with. For example, this is my capital officially. But due to the game itself, Unhun Castle, this faction in yellow sees as theirs. So they will attack you over it. That's the same situation for Kuril. So let's say you start off over here. You build up some things, and you just straight up go, Boom, 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 boom. What happens then? You might think you might anger the Vagirs. Yes, correct. Because they can learn from them, they will attack you back after peace treaty period. But the trigger for this city is like there's a few like things like this. The trigger for this city will then, if you're not strong enough, have the Kojak Khanate attack you. And that is the one in purple. A lot of these, there's quite a few of these places. Veluca is another trigger point. Veluca will have this central faction attack you. And for example, let's say you start in the Sonus alternate territory, which is the yellow territory, and you capture Sholis or at Beck. Then the ones in green here, the Rodox, will attack you because they see that as part of their territory. And that is where the secret issue is, knowing the trigger points. And that's why, for example, attacking Haven, you only will trigger a defensive thing within the Swedians. Pause because I'm still taking it war. No faction, I don't want to deal with it right now. And the same for Nordi. There's another example of this actually, and there's actually a much easier way to tell. Look at the castle designs. Nordic design. Nordic design. Not Nordic design. That castle there is a trigger point to have the Vikirs attack you. So let's say you're starting in the North Territory. It's advisable you never capture this one castle. The reason for that is because no matter what, the gears, these ones over here, will attack for that castle on whoever owns it. Be it the ones in blue or you. That's one you should never, ever capture initially until you're sure enough. For example. That is a huge issue, I think, with this. I mean, once you know triggers, you can avoid a lot of these unnecessary wars, but what's happened? There is another dumb one. Let me try and find it again. That is this one. This castle here is annoying because this one triggers the Nords to attack you. This one is almost as nonsensical as the castle situation. Because why would they want to attack all through here just for that? This is why I say this part of it, the AI coding is nonsensical. Because there's a town here which is in fact far more important and helpful. Yet they ignore it, wanting this. And that is because core land thing, they will see anyone else owning it as not Nords as enemies that need to be expelled. That's why I've been really careful with Chris I take. These towns here, for example, belong solely to the Kojak Khanate, which is one in purple. So I know that I could only potentially trigger a response from the Kojak Khanate back to me. There's Halamar is also another trigger. Halimar triggers a Swadian attack, but Swadian triggers aren't as dangerous as others. Swadia is central, and as you can see right now, it can get engulfed by other people. Often Swadia is at multiple front wars, so they can't often actually do enough to justify invasions. What's annoying with like the Sound Insultant here, for example, is they don't have that problem at all. They only have one front, open the mountains, attack. They don't have to fight through anyone else to get to you. Not right now anyway, because right now the Kurj Khanate and the Sound Sultanate are at peace and not wanting to attack each other. Don't really blame the Kurj Khanate for that, but that is what it is. Anyway, back to the point. Let's switch to another one where there's actual resemblance of peace at least. I think it's this one. Yes, this is a prime example of what I'm on about here. These borderlands, fine. All good here, all good here, all good here. This is before or after? This is just before. I'm still technically at war. So, okay, that's fine. I'm still technically at war then, but that's due to other reasons. But the point is, I'm not strong enough to actually justify holding these trigger points. The Nords don't exist anymore, really. They lost all territory, which means their vassals will migrate away from them to whoever, be it you or other people. Meaning, in this situation, it's only then a 1v1 versus the ones in white here. Again, as you can see, Swadia is being eaten up by other factions. And that's why I'm saying, don't be threatened by Swadia attacking you, because they can't do much to you. They can harass your villages, sure, but it can't hurt you. Another one. Let's load up another one where. Let's see, Empress Victorious. This is a nightmare scenario. This is where, for example, starting in this territory, I started. What did I start again? Yes, I started in Ireland. On here. I conquered up, 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 up. Then I took these two castles here, which belonged to the Roydogs. What that then triggered is Swadia attacking me in response. I did not attack Swadia at all. What it led to now is basically a long drawn out conflict between me and Swadia, where Swadia won't give up fighting, and I have to keep defending my extensive front line. So this is something in which this mod can be a bit of annoying in, I guess. Just the fact of like the trigger points and how kingdoms are so prideful that first they can battle you for months and months without even considering any peace treaty, essentially sacrificing thousands of soldiers for the sake of victory. Oh yeah, also another trigger point. Attenbon. That's a Sound Sultanate trigger point. On the castle Attenbon. And and Kazumur, I think, is a trigger point for them. Anyway, back to the point. Notes. For example, there's this. You have your own vassals. You can change the titles, everything. Game concepts. Good game concepts. This is after the morale. And these are good. These are good because they do explain policies quite well to you. For example, right, policies is this. You can change this slider here to have serfdom or free service. Troops having very high or very low quality. What that means is high quality means you have fewer troops, but they perform better. Lower quality means you have much more in terms of quantity of troops, but they perform much worse in actual combat. This is important because this can actually affect your relations with your vassals. Territories, obviously. I'll go for my capital just to show one feature of this mod, in which I do like, and this is why I think it's preferable to most mods. Manage town, build a standard stuff, but customizing troop kingdom. Not everything has this. Some have it in a much limited fashion, with a much more primitive format. Let's say, for example, this is my one. This is a 5 format, but you can do like a 7 format. It doesn't really matter which one you do. It'll all add up to a complete amount, and you will often get a 21-21-7-5 or something similar to that, no matter what. It's just the only more difference is how many points you allocate to each tier. If you go for a lower tier, like this is the lowest you can get, which is 5. It goes from 5, 7, 10/11, so on and so on. If it goes 7, it extends outwards, but the much fewer perk points and skill points you can allocate to each thing. It's good. That one's good if you want to make it like more ranked and structured. But if you want to streamline the whole process of your military to a simpler system, this system's better. I normally go 3, but you can go 4. In this one, for example, let's go to. I can't show you right now, but I can show you this way. Yes. I can't show you right now, actually. But yeah, this is a tier 2. This is a 2 troop tree. Actually, I can show you right now. Because I have my elites in this. Heavy Lancer and Heavy Horse Archer. There's where you can, for example, like make a fully mobile force, like a Lancer and a Horse Archer type. You can just make it like one troop type as well, but is that worth it? No. I don't see any good reason for that. But let's just I'll go back to this one just for this testing case. Where's my capital for this one again? Let me find out quickly. Okay, this one shows a point. Well, you can notice, for example, in this point, I'd said this is also another good point. Cavalry or infantry. These type of units you can make here, which are pure infantry, cost 70 gold per unit per day in wages. The heavy cavalry, the elite cavalry, no matter what you put in them, will cost you 130 per day in wages. What that means is you can have more infantry than cavalry. But the trade-off is, in terms of utility, the infantry, yes, they're cheaper, but the response time and everything else related to it is lesser. Actually, I'll show you what I mean by that. I will show you a battle in this one to show you how it would play. Let's go test it with this person. I'll win it anyway, so that's not the point. This is to show you the speed of battles. Pure infantry, you will be effective regardless, because the equipment you can get for these higher tier cousin troops is top tier. So yes, they're expensive, but they're worth it. They can perform very well. As you can see, that long for them to get in. Yeah, as you can see. Get out of this range. Then let's switch to my other one. This is why I did full-blown cavalry. Nope, not this one. This is suicide. Come on, separate a little bit. Separate a little bit. Okay. Go test of destroy here. This is when you have pure cavalry. Much faster, much more efficient. And off they go. Actual impact they have in battle is also much more significant in the grand scheme of things. Because I'll just show you this for battle, because this won't take long at all to do. This is the difference. As you can see, with the infantry, you will still win, but this process would take like 1 or 2 minutes longer. But look at this situation here, with like pure elite cav. You can smother their front lines basically straight away, and that basically hunts down any retreats as well. And just look at this result, right? This army costs a lot of money. They often show a great degree of effectiveness. Then they can operate in very optimal times. I'm currently basically using 90% of my full force right now. Basically, my whole entire force right now, so I am going to be strong. But if I was to fight against large forces, I would have less things in. And then, when that happens, it really then depends on what you're going to be doing. it's a trade-off situation. Infantry armies, slower, but more cost-effective. Cavalry armies, faster and more efficient in combat, but ultimately much more expensive, and it will require much more economic development to get something. As you can see, look how quick that was, and look how efficient that was. That is why I like this mod. It's just quite fun like that. I might cover stuff later about it, but that's about it for now.